Yo, it's donSMITH. You watching Stay on TV with Ashley Tiffaney.
Born to misfortune, that's the shit that made you. I'm talking rosaries with the K-Swiss in grade school. Sharing Arizonas with the homies, never waste food. Shoestrings for belts, being broke, change rules. Couldn't keep our paper together like bad staples.
Hey everyone, we're back. This is Ashley Tiffaney and you're now watching Stay on TV. I'm here at Cliff 41 Studio with donSMITH. How are you today?
I'm great. How you doing?
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Welcome back.
I know, yeah, this is a welcome back. I was here last year around the same time. Yeah, for cardio. What you been up to?
Everything. I just been working, keeping myself busy, really trying to get my ducks in a row for 2019.
Nah, that's a fact. Yeah. And for the people who don't know you, I don't want to say just a rapper, director, because you do so much. So what should I label you? Like, what do you label yourself? Just a creative? Because you do a lot.
Yeah, I guess a creative. I just try to be, I'm involved. I don't know. I just got to be doing something. I don't like being idle. So I guess a creative is accurate.
Let's talk about music first. So when did you get involved with music?
I've been producing since I was 10 or 9 years old. I'm 25 now. And then I started taking rap more serious probably in the last 2 or 3 years. And I quit my job and decided to do music full time. And it's been like 2 years since then. So
is that how like Cliff 41 came about?
Yeah.
3 years ago?
Cliff 41 was officially like branded last year when Cardio dropped his first, or yeah, I guess one of his first projects. It was right before then we decided to start branding ourselves as Cliff 41, which is, it's really like 4 or 5 of us. And yeah, it's just, we have one manager and then a couple different artists, rap, R&B, different flavors.
Yeah, so I was about to say, explain Cliff 41. It's not just a studio, it's a collective.
Yeah, so where we're at, this is Cliff 41 Studio. This is like home base. So we record here, we edit videos here, whatever. But Cliff 41 itself is like a creative, I guess, collective. It's not a lot of us, like I said, but there's music, there's video. And in general, we just try to go
Y'all all do everything, right?
Not all of us. Some of us make music. Some of us, we have a manager, like I said. I do like the video and audio engineering. So I engineer a lot of my own stuff as well. I feel like we have our hands in a lot of different things, but it's good because everything is in-house that way, which means we have a lot more creative control and we get to push out the product in the way that we want it to look. You know what I'm saying? So that feels good versus working with a bigger label or something like that. So Cliff 41 it slowly turned into a label, like a music label kind of thing.
And how many people's in it again?
It's myself, Cardio, and there's another artist, Solar. She's R&B singer. She's dope. I was introduced to Solar a couple years ago through her music. Morgan had expressed he was interested in managing her. And then Cardio is actually my cousin.
Nice. Yeah, I know that. I just wanted you to say it again. That's good. What made you started like rapping?
Honestly, I don't want to get too personal here, but
get personal. It's about you.
I went to college in Wisconsin. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. And no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? I got a scholarship actually. I got a scholarship, Posse scholarship, full tuition. So I went out there to study philosophy, science, whatever. I ended up graduating with a bachelor's in biology.
That's what's up.
Yeah, no, it was great. And you know, that was more for anything for my mother because I know she wanted to see me on that stage, get the degree. So that was for her, for sure, more than anything. But being out there, that culture shock was kind of bugged out. You know what I'm saying? It's a very different way of living out there than what I'm used to being in New York City. So
what was it like out there? I don't even know.
You know, a lot of people that don't look like me. You feel me? So I just learned how to operate in that kind of space. And there were a lot of cultural things that weren't clicking for me right off the bat. And it was frustrating for me and I had a lot to say about it and I didn't really know what outlet to go to. So there was a studio on campus, and I used to just go there after class and write and record music and do a little spoken word and record it. And then that's how I learned how to engineer too. I just started engineering my own stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I started. And then that turned into, you know, I was making beats. I was like, yo, what if I just start rapping over my own?
Yeah. So if you wasn't doing music and being a creative, directing, producing, would you
Be a doctor?
Yeah, doctor.
Nah.
So where was you going with the biology degree?
I think I would want to teach because, yeah, the older I get, the more important I realize that you really have to, the essence of giving back, it might sound corny, but there's a lot of ways to do that. And I think that you really have to focus on the youth. And that's one of my goals in the next 2 years of my music career, my creative career. I want to work with younger people more because I just remember being in high school and looking for things to do after school. And I turned towards basketball, I turned towards music. But what happened to the kids who didn't have that to turn towards? Some of them are still in jail, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Friends of mine, some of them died, you know what I'm saying? Some of them went on to do whatever. But I just want to try to give that back in that kind of way. So I say that to say if I didn't do music, I'd probably be teaching kids or something like that.
What did your parents say to you when you started pursuing your music career?
Like seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
They thought I was crazy because here I am, I just graduated, right? I got my own apartment. I'm paying my own rent now. And then I quit my job. And they're like, what the hell are you doing? So they thought I was crazy, but at the same time, I'm really one of the few people in my family to get a degree from like the younger generation. So I think in a way they kind of felt like there wasn't much they could say to me. They told me to finish school. I did that for 4 years and came back, and now I'm back here doing what I want to do. So they let me rock, and it's also been almost 2 years, and I'm still here. I'm still floating, treading water. So they're proud of me. I know they're proud of me, but I think it took a while for them to see that I'm just a very disciplined person.
What is your motivation?
My motivation? That's a simple question, but it's hard to answer. My motivation, I just want to get the people I care about out of some of the situations they are in or have been in. You know, I don't ever want to see my mom cry for that reason again. I don't ever want to see my brother homeless for this reason again. You know what I'm saying? So I believe this is my best shot at doing that because I really believe that what I'm doing, I don't know. I feel like it has taken me places, but it's also taken the people around me places. I've been able to put my team members on flights and stuff like that and go places. And I think first coming to New York City, I was a little, I underestimated about how hard it was going to be living here. We moved here originally because we were homeless, actually. My father got sent to rehab, so we couldn't afford the house no more. So we came to the city, and then my aunt and my grandma were like, y'all could stay with us. We could split the rooms up, whatever. But I underestimated how hard the city was going to be on me and my family. And I think for a while, it made me a little bit kind of cold, but eventually you learn to appreciate the pace that it forces you to live at. Because when I go to other places that move a little slower, I think sometimes I'm a little like ahead of the curve when it comes to business, at least. And I think that has given me an edge a lot of the time. I don't want nobody to cut my ass. I'm a New Yorker. You feel me? I'm a New Yorker. I'm New York based. I speak the language. Because people have been trying to, oh, you from here? You used to live it. Nah, yeah.
Did you grow? Are you from? I know you from.
Was in the military.
Okay. Was you born in DR?
I was born in Colorado. We moved to Germany, Alabama, Virginia. So I've been all over. But I've been in New York the longest, and I am a New Yorker.
Everywhere I go, I take my city with me. The flavor, music, the culture. I spend so many days by myself. But I ain't never alone. Never dull up. I was raised by Uptown. Bodega, street lights, city buses, public housing, the haze. I know where I came from. Everywhere I go, I take my city with me.
Today on TV is donSMITH. Just leaving Cliff 41 Studios. About to take a walk around the neighborhood. 25. I moved to Harlem 9th grade. So I was, what, like, yeah, something like that, 15. But I used to live in Washington Heights, which is not that far, I guess, but I moved officially to Harlem in 9th grade. And that's been home ever since. Ever since. This elementary school right here, actually before I even lived in Harlem, my brother went there. And a couple of my friends used to go there. And actually Tupac used to go there too. I got 3 siblings, 3 brothers. This is Sugar Hill. This is like on the border of Harlem and Washington Heights. And we right across the bridge from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I love my Bronx people. It's Uptown language, you know what I'm saying? It's all part of the same family, so it's cool. I can go to the Bronx whenever I want, just across the bridge. Real easy. Moving to the city was just, it's not that it was hard, it was just different. I was so used to taking a school bus to school, like a yellow bus, and so used to driving everywhere to do everything. Now I can just walk, 2 in the morning, I can go get a sandwich if I'm hungry. I don't gotta go to drive to the supermarket or anything like that. But I actually appreciate being in the city more because it made me grow up a little bit faster. You know what I'm saying? Just be more responsible a little bit at an earlier age. Being raised by one parent for the most part, that's kind of essential. It's my mom and then there's 3 boys, so kind of had to grow up pretty quick, and I think the city helped me do that. So he was in the Army, yeah, he passed when I was 12. Not in the Army, but just from like drinking, alcohol, and drugs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, my mom, in a lot of ways, my mom just played both roles. I think she understood that she needed to step up in particular ways just because he wasn't there anymore, financially and otherwise, and she did exactly that and more. So in a lot of ways, it was hard, but my mom is really the strongest person I know. So my oldest brother, he lived like 2 blocks that way, and we used to play ball here. He don't really play ball like that, but he used to just try to be better than me at everything, even though he was clearly whack. But that's what older brothers do, so yeah, we used to play ball right here. Sometimes, there'd be some decent competition. Guess you see it when we get down there. I wish I could still play ball. I don't got the knees for it. I feel like I don't got the time to play ball, but also my knees is just shot from playing basketball growing up. Like, I feel like I'm like 40 something. I can't be running like that no more. But yeah, I just don't got time, to be honest. Slow days like this, I really enjoy because I feel like nobody want to hang out, nobody want to go out and turn up, nothing like that. So I feel like I get the most work done. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in the crib just clocked in all the way in my own world. Whether I'm editing video, I'm writing music, whatever it is. I just feel like these days is when I have my time entirely to myself. So if I wake up and I'm not feeling anything come to the pen or to the paper or to whatever I'm doing, I'm just gonna step away from it. I feel like that's the best thing you could do. I think when you try to force it, you can hear it and you can see it in whatever the product ends up being. I feel like people can always tell that you weren't fully being present when you were creating whatever it was that you were creating. I don't know if I'm at the best version of myself yet. I feel like I keep getting better at the things I want to get better at, and it's a very enlightening, rewarding experience. But I'm my biggest critic, so everybody says that, so I guess it's cliche, but I always just am trying to top whatever the last product that I put out was. This is the little stage theater or whatever, where people in the summer they have like little community events and stuff like that. Like kids would like read poetry here, play instruments. Kids be playing soccer here, football, whatever. I just want kids who grew up like how I grew up to have a few more opportunities that I did, and a little easier, a little more accessible to them. And I want kids to know they could do whatever they want.
Nigga, let's cut the weight out. I'll bring the cake out. We celebrate now. We used to beef over the chicken that was the steakhouse. Now we move how we want. No need to say how. 50 hours a week. I'm trying to learn my way out.
You did so much in 2018. So
Yeah,
I know you
busiest year of my life.
I know.
Yeah,
Let's jump into this. We're in it right now.
Yeah.
It's November. You released donSMITH Volume 2
Yeah, and Volume 1.
and Volume 1.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh. Yeah, Volume 2 was in June. Fire, by the way.
Thank you.
And then you did a couple of not gigs, but modeling gigs, right?
Yeah. I've been modeling for a few years, but this year was really busy.
Yeah, and you did something with Finish Line.
I worked with Foot Action, Staple. Shout out to Staple Pigeon. They always holding me down.
How's that?
How is it? There's a I don't know what her exact title is. I think it's like maybe creative director, something along those
Like
lines.
using creative because
Yeah.
if you do a lot of things, it's hard.
And that's the thing. She got her hands in so much, and she got so many flavors. Like I don't even like to hold her just to the job at Staple. Like her mind is just different overall. But her name is Bucci, Erica Bucci Perez, and she had reached out to me in like 2016 about modeling. I don't know if she found my music or if she found my social media profile, but this is when I just started like trying to model. And I ain't have this beard, I ain't have this blonde hair, you know what I'm saying?
But you know you good looking though. Not to say that, yeah, you know you can model.
You sound like
right?
my mom. You sound like my mom now. She be But yeah, so that's when the relationship started, like 2016, and then we just work well together. You know what I'm saying? She knows what she wants. I show up ready to work, and through that, she's extended my name to a lot of different other companies and stuff like that. So collabs with like Puma, collabs with Staple and Fila, stuff like that. But I've been very grateful because when I quit my job, like music doesn't make all the money. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have that to help me pay my phone bill, get some dinner.
But the fucking name, shit, still talking about they hungry. It's funny, the closest niggas to you will probably take the most from you.
I've never created anything like that before. So I'm always gonna hold
How long
that.
did it take?
To record that project, honestly, not that long. It just kind of was pouring out of me.
was fresh.
Yeah. It was probably a couple months, 3-4 months, something like that. What was it like? It's like 7 songs. But yeah, that project's very dear to me. That's like, to me, that feels like the beginning.
Touch on some of the things that you was talking about in that project.
That album is about who is donSMITH, obviously, and what he represents. I wanted that album to feel like a mixture between conversation and story time, if that makes sense. If I had 30 minutes in a room and, oh, today, kids, we're bringing in, donSMITH, who works at the blah, blah, blah facility. He's going to talk to you guys about this for career day. I wanted it to feel like that. Like I was talking, not necessarily to the kids, but like to a group of people that hadn't heard of me, didn't know what I like to talk about, didn't know where my brain was, and give them all the different flares. But I wanted to do it in the way that I know best, which is the New York. You know what I'm saying? It needed to feel like New York. So that's what we worked with New York producers, only New York artists. Volume 2 and Volume 1 are they're just real New York, you know what I'm saying? But I got a lot of flavors. And that's why I'm so excited for 2019, because I'm about to hit y'all with a lot of different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you about to get real, you feel me? Yeah. Real jiggy.
Really?
Yeah, but overall, I mean, my sound is just, you know what I'm saying, it's however I'm feeling. It could change, you know what I'm saying? That's why I like artists like Wheezy, like Kid Cudi. They make albums, like Pharrell, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pharrell's probably one of my biggest, you know what I'm saying, since I was a kid. Yeah, for sure. Because he just makes whatever he's feeling, from clothes to music to whatever, you know what I'm saying? and his activism, I feel like finds its way into all the art he creates, which is dope too.
So for your creative process, when do you know like it's complete? Do you go to like Morgan or Cardio and let them hear it out first, or you just be like, nah, this shit is dope and I'm dropping it? Or do you have like a second ear?
In the beginning,
Shout out to Morgan and Cardio, by the way, they here.
at first, they used to get pissed at me because I wouldn't play them anything. I was always like, nah, I'm gonna play you the project when it's done, blah, blah. But I realized that like, I'm just very protective of my art. But Morgan was just like, yo, you need to be, like, this is a relationship. Like, we're married now. I manage you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I need to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, who you're doing it with, how much money you're spending on that. You know what I'm saying? So he's just kind of been getting me to be, he got me to be more in that routine, in that method. So now I kind of just, when I have something that I want to be able to put out, I send it to him. I play for my team, and my team's small enough that I can play for everybody. And then I just, you know, we meet every week. So they give me feedback. Yo, I think you should work on this. I think you should work on this. And we're never all on the same page. But if I get an 80% from the room and I'm already at 100%, that's good enough for me.
What are you most excited about now in the future, the near future?
What am I excited about? I'm excited about this new project I got coming out next year. I got a few things I'm gonna hit y'all with next year, but this new project with my son, Ran Van Damm, RVD. He's probably one of the best producers in Harlem, if not the best. So I'm just excited to share because it doesn't sound entirely like the old stuff. The old stuff is there, but we made it a little bit more current with the sounds and the 808s and whatever. So I think it's a fun project, and it'll be a good way to like step into a different part of the audience. You know what I'm saying? So
I know I want to jump into your camera work and stuff. You're just amazing. You're just a creative all around. No funny. I'm just about to put creative on the lower thirds because you direct and you shoot videos as well.
I do direct. I direct, edit, shoot videos.
Yourself, Cardio, and
myself, other musicians. I also do stuff for like companies. So I've shot like little promotional commercial work for Foot Action as well.
Young bloods out here, we pushing. They so thirsty, say something, can't never give up. Bottom, I'm in the streets with my gang. Your boy should stay in your lane. Ay, got stash, I'm lying loud, they smoke me filthy. Ay, chains on, I got sauce, boy, yo, my group with me. Shining bright, they throwing shade, huh, trying to test you. We ran them down, boy, thought he tough, we so forgetful. Ay, we so forgetful. Ay.
Young and I'm wild and I'm playing the field. Grabbing the balls like a young Andrew Fields. Holding the notes like I'm Patty LaBelle.
That's big. That was big. And that was dope. And that was Cardio's song in the background?
Yeah, that was Cardio.
Yeah, that was dope.
And my son Sim from the Hill. That was like the first time Cliff 41 ever did anything with like a larger company. Yeah. So that was like,
y'all got hooked up with that?
Just through mutuals, kind of just one hand to another. Yeah, I had a friend that worked there. I think he still does work there, but they gave him creative control of the social media stuff, and he thought of us first because we've known him for a while. So, yeah. But the video stuff is I'm really passionate about film. I always have been. I just feel I'm still learning, so I'm always trying to do it to get better. But I don't even have enough time to do that no more because of music. Yeah. So when I do video now, I make sure that like it's something that I really want to commit to, not just like stuff for like a paycheck or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
What do you want to be remembered as?
I don't want to be a person who's on a statue because everybody thinks he's a hero when he's dead. I think people should remember me for who I am, my mistakes, my achievements, what I did for them, what they did for me. So I guess I want to be remembered just as like a very a person who has affected a lot of different corners of the room, not just like, yeah, he did this for this part of the industry, you know what I'm saying? I think I want I want people in film to be able to talk about me. I want people in music to be able to talk about me. I want people in schools to be able to talk about me. But not just talk about me, but learn from me. I think that's that whole giving back thing that I was saying. Yeah. I think after you're gone, you know what I'm saying, whatever mark you leave creatively, that's immortal. Look at Prince, look at Michael, look at Biggie, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Nah, that was a good ending. That was perfect. Yeah, we can go longer and longer, but yeah, we touched on a lot.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
I've secretly been waiting for this to happen, man.
Really?
Yeah. For a while. We were wondering, we were like, yo, should we reach out? Like, let's just wait.
Yeah, it is timing.
Yeah.
But you busy this year anyway, so
right.
we are too. We both working.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wish you the best of luck, but I know we're going to run into each other.
Of course. I hope so. More often.
Yeah,
facts.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We're tuning out, and I'm here with donSMITH, and that's a wrap. Stay on TV.
Never had my own, always shared the phone when I was at home. Remember all the nights that the floor stayed cold, and I was back home. Forever staying humble, this life was a jungle when I was back home. Now I'm back.
I always get the same thing. Shrimp and chips every time. Can't miss. Feel me?
You act cold for no reason. Raised by the bell, pops died early, learned to shame by myself. I stand alone again amongst the pandemonium. Since oatmeal and Nickelodeon. Was taught to humble myself before I really knew how worship felt. Before they stole the swag, hoping to turn it to perfect sale. I rehearsed my verses in and out. I knew them well. In my bags and purses now. Invested in healthier, better things. While y'all perplexed by the plethoras of infected things. That's why this feels so gory.